Let me ask you a question that may make you feel uncomfortable. When you see or hear another story of a child being molested, of another woman being raped, of another man being assaulted, of another survivor finally finding the courage to speak after many years of silence, what's your first reaction? Do you see it as another headline, another news story, or another tragedy that would pass, you know, after a few days before the world moves on? Or do you stop and ask this hard question? What kind of thinking makes a person believe they have the right to violate another human being? Because rape does not begin in the bedroom. Rape does not begin in the bedroom. Molestation does not begin with a physical contact. Sexual abuse does not begin the moment another person lays a hand on another person. It begins much earlier. It begins the moment someone convinces themselves that another person's body exists for their own desire. It begins when entertainment becomes stronger than empathy, when power becomes more important than respect, when control becomes more important than compassion. Every act of sexual violence first starts with a decision to ignore another person's humanity. And that's why I keep saying consent is not complicated. No, it's not. No child is asking to be abused. No unconscious person is given consent. No frightened person who is frozen in fear is freely chosen. No one who has been manipulated, threatened, coerced, intimidated, overpowered is given consent. So let's stop pretending that it's confusing. It is not confusing. The confusion often comes after the abuse when people are trying to explain what happened. Oh, he couldn't control himself. Ah, she didn't say no. They were dating. Oh, they were married. But she didn't fight back. They have been drinking. These statements do not explain abuse. Too often, they attempt to minimize it. Consent is not the absence of a struggle. Consent is the presence of a free, informed, and willing choice. And if that choice is absent, what remains is not intimacy, it is a violation. This is why I believe that we cannot address sexual abuse by focusing only on punishment after the damage has been done. We also have to examine the belief, the attitude, the behavior of people who think that other person's boundary is optional. That conversation starts in our home, in our schools, in our place of worship, in our workplaces, and most importantly, in our communities. We must be students who understand that another person's body is never theirs to claim. We must teach young people that love never ignores boundaries, that attraction never creates entitlement, that desire never cancels another person's right to choose. And we must create space where survivors are believed, supported, and treated with dignity rather than suspicion. Because every survivor deserves more than our sympathy. They deserve a society committed to preventing the next act of abuse. If we want to reduce sexual abuse, then we must teach people what consent means. We must cultivate people who value human dignity so deeply that they know that other people's body are not theirs to claim. Boundary is not option. Consent is not complicated. When a woman says no, respect that. Even if she has said yes before. In the middle of the ad, she then says no, stop. If a man says no, stop. It doesn't matter if he had said yes before. Consent is not complicated. Don't force yourself on someone and say because she didn't fight back, because she didn't say no, because she was strong, because he was strong. Because abuse is both ways. It can be a man abusing a woman abusing a man, or a woman and a man abusing a child. Say no to sexual abuse. Say no to domestic abuse. Say no to all forms of abuse. Consent is consent. It is not complicated. And if you don't understand the meaning of consent, go check the dictionary. When someone says no, respect the boundary, respect the no, and do not violate their body. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter if you are married. It doesn't matter if you are dating. It doesn't even matter if she's a prostitute. She says no, let it go. You don't have a right or claim over her body. Enough of this menace called sexual abuse. Enough. Stop it. Enough.